Recently, I was contacted by CarPlay Motorcycle to do a review of their CarPlay unit, yet another one of these motorcycle CarPlay units. CarPlay Motorcycle sent me this. It's a plain black box. That's the only marking that is on it, and it says that it's basically it's a B7, so it's a 7-inch unit. So what I'm going to do now here is do an unboxing of this unit, and this review video is going to be essentially an unboxing. Then I'm going to just put it on the bike because I haven't opened this yet. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to put it on the BMW. I've got the BMW over there, and see how it integrates with the Wonder Wheel. I don't have Android, so there wouldn't be a demonstration of Android Auto in this review. It's just going to be the CarPlay demo. But like I said, I'm going to focus more on the functionality of the unit with regard to the integration with the BMW Wonder Wheel and how it works with the older BMWs. I don't have a TFT screen on that 2016 R1200 RS. So it'd be interesting to see how their unit, the CPMC B7, works with the older BMW Wonder Wheel and controls. All right, it comes, like I said, in a box. It's not sealed, and inside this is what you get. This here appears to be just simply packaged. So I don't know if this was a previously open or reviewed unit that was kind of, stuck in here and shipped out to me for review purposes. But it does come with a little booklet. It does come with a little screwdriver. The manual is very simplistic. So it's got a few pages. It's all in English. So it's not a multi-language manual. So there it is. That's the front of the unit. And the back of the unit is like that. I like the look of this unit. There's screws at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3 screws. And that little screwdriver will take the screws off. And then there's a little door here. Okay, this little door here has a Type C, I guess for updating firmware. I haven't read the book yet. Type C for updating firmware, I suppose, and a card. And there's a microphone input here. You probably can't see that. I don't think this action camera can focus that close. But here's the unit. It's got a little bit of a shade, a sunshade here. It's not going to be effective if the sun is coming in at an angle like this. But I mean, it does have a little bit of a shade. But the screen looks good. So let's go put it on the bike now and see how it looks. Now, as you can see, I've got this windscreen that kind of has this lip at the top to help with the airflow. I suspect that I'm going to have to change the angle of attack of this little piece just to get the thing in. All right. So the CarPlay unit goes on here in place of the navigator. Fits in perfectly. Hopefully it's locked in place there. Yeah, it's locked in place. All right, let's turn it on. So this is the first time that this thing is going to be booted up. All right. Now, let's zoom in a little bit. To be honest, I'm not the biggest lover of this display here. It's all subjective, but it looks nice and clear. And I must say that I do like that. Now, I don't know all the functionality of this unit, but I would suspect that I have to go and pair this with my phone. I'm going to go wide again. I'm going to see if it comes up here. Bluetooth. And let's see if anything comes up. Other devices is looking for other devices down here. It hasn't found anything else yet. Okay, so let us do this. Oh, nice clear screen, I must say. Automatic brightness, tire pressure test, sign setting, and then format, restore factory settings, firmware. Okay, so I don't see where I would set the Bluetooth for this. This does have a very nice screen. CarPlay. Okay. Bluetooth. It's giving instructions here. Bluetooth on. And it says, okay, connect. Ah, it found it finally on my phone. The last thing there. So hopefully, maybe because I hit that, pairing request 293655. I'm going to just say pair. Allow contacts. Pairing request. Okay. It's still pairing, showing a pairing request on my phone here. Do I have to do anything on this side here? Okay. No, it's all there. Look at that. This is iOS 26 on my phone, and this is kind of the same display that I have on the other phone. So my normal view is like this. So let's tap on this now. One of the issues with regard to the other unit that I have is this zooming function. I'm going to try and figure out how to zoom in on this because that was a big pain in the butt with the previous unit that I had. But what I mean is when I touch on this and you get the plus, you plus here, you have to use your finger slightly to the left of the plus and the minus. It wasn't aligned right. However, since iOS 26 came out, it worked much more accurately on that other machine. On this one here, it seems to be accurate. So my RS does not have the TFT display. As you can see underneath here, it's got the older style display. And so the behavior of the jog wheel on these older models is a little bit different. And on the RS, the jog wheel is the only control that will be used with the CPMC B7 unit. With the models with the TFT screen, selection is made by pressing the turn signal indicator, pressing it in. But that doesn't work with this model. With this model, the only control is with the jog wheel. You've got forward rotation, backward rotation. You've got, I don't know what you call this, rear in, pressing in on the back of the jog wheel, and on the forward end of the jog wheel, in as well, like that. So either this, or backwards or forwards rotation. So we turn on the bike. As soon as it boots up, you see it comes into the home screen. And after a little while, it makes the connection and then it goes into the CarPlay screen. Now, normally, I'm at this view, okay? So as it so happens, I can go back to the home screen by pressing the jog wheel forward in. And then I get to these icons, and then I rotate the jog wheel forward, and then I rotate the jog wheel backwards to move to the right, or forwards to move to the left. So I can go, and I have to go through sequentially with this. So I keep going to the right, by rotating the jog wheel backwards. It becomes intuitive once you start using this. And then I push in on the back part of the jog wheel to select, for example, select this home. And then to go through the screens, I press on the forward part of the jog wheel to go through the screens, as you can see. Now the bike is not running, so you're not getting all of the data displayed. But to go back, you press on the back part of the jog wheel, press in, and we get back to where we were. So to get back to the CarPlay screen, once I get back to this screen here, the main home screen, I can rotate the jog dial downwards to select the CarPlay icon, and then I can press the indicator button. So I take it back. The indicator button apparently does work in certain situations. but not in all. Let's see what else we can use that center signal button for. Like right now, I'm pressing it while it's highlighted on the messages, and nothing is happening. To select messages, I just have to press the back part of the jog wheel to the right, and then I'll get to my messages. And then to go back, I press the forward part of the jog wheel to, press it inwards, and I get back to this screen here. So once we are in this screen here, I guess the selection, the center selector is used for selecting the various, buttons on this, but not on the CarPlay side. So once I'm down here, to move across, I have to rotate the jog wheel, and then I can press the center, the indicator selector button to select the item. So here, again, the jog wheel can be used to move to the right or to the left, depending on your rotation. Backwards is to the right, and forwards is to the left. So now you can understand why, yes, the integration with the jog wheel, I like the fact that they do have an integration with the jog wheel. But for me, some things work with the press of the indicator switch. Some things work with the jog wheel, whether it's the forward or the back part in or, to the right, if you understand what I'm saying. So the jog wheel works some of the time to make a selection and some of the times to rotate or to sequentially move through the icons. Okay? The jog wheel is here. In CarPlay, it's kind of intuitive. It's okay. Okay, so you can go through all your icons with the jog wheel very easily, and to make a selection, you just move the back part of the jog wheel to the right, and boom, you're loading your icon, whatever it is, right? To go back, the forward part of the jog wheel in brings you back, and again, you rotate and you're good to go. And then to go back to the main screen, you just the forward part. So CarPlay with the jog wheel is really good. But in my estimation, when you go to the home screen, it's kind of like not intuitive. You just have to learn how to move through the icons and which ones work with the selector, with the indicator switch, and which ones work with the jog wheel itself. And to me, that's a little bit too much of a faff. I rather use my finger. So this is not a knock on the actual CPMC unit in how maybe they can improve it for a little bit more consistency with the operation of the jog wheel within the home screen, or you just use your finger and just tap on what you need, okay? Again, here I'm back to this settings screen. I use my jog wheel to go through. And oh, by the way, the firmware version, again, the selector doesn't select it, but I have to actually push on the back button to get to the firmware. And this is the firmware that I have installed straight out of the box. I did not upgrade it. I think that there's maybe one firmware update at the present time, but it doesn't really need to be updated. And when I contacted them, they said, if you don't need to, you shouldn't mess with it. So, okay, fine. So I press the forward button, the forward part of the jog wheel to go back, and then I can restore, I can format, I can clear connection history. Again, to select any one of these things is the aft jog wheel, kilometers an hour or miles an hour. I've got it set to miles an hour. Language, you can set your language, and so on and so forth. Let us keep going backwards. You see, when it reaches the top here, it doesn't go up to that one there. But if I tap on that, I'll go back, right? But it doesn't cycle, the jog wheel doesn't cycle up to that one as next. I just have to go with the forward part of the jog wheel to go back. And that's your brightness controls. Yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about, the inconsistency of this. In this case, the indicator switch worked. So I'm having an interesting time with this. All I can say is for the home screen, the jog wheel and the indicator button have, to me, inconsistent functionality. Not a knock on the actual unit itself. You can still use it, but you just have to learn it. And I'm new to this. So, screensaver, let's select the screensaver. I've got it off, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Those are the options. Left it on off. Automatic brightness, oops, automatic brightness limit. So this is interesting. Okay. In this case here, you can set so when it goes automatic brightness, it does not switch between night and day mode. This unit does not have the capability to go night and day mode. What I mean by that is night mode is a black background with white letters. And that's what it's on all the time by default. Day mode would be white background with black letters. And according to CPMC Motorcycle, they do not have that capability yet. I don't know if they'll be improving the firmware to include that at some point or not. That's unclear at this time, but they do not have that capability. What this does is, as the conditions change with the setting that you have, which happens, like I said, to be the nighttime kind of view, black background, white letters, the lower limit on the brightness is set to whatever you set it as here. It won't go all the way down to nothing. So for example, the lowest limit mine will go to 47% and the highest level is 100%. And I've got it set to automatic brightness. So for now that works, let's bring it up to 50 because I like round numbers. 50, okay. And then I go backwards to go back to this menu here. So yeah, that's how it is. And to go back to this, I go down to here, But then this selection is the indicator switch. So, come on. A little bit of consistency there would be good. But like I said, within the home CarPlay screen, you get good consistency with this jog wheel. The jog wheel even goes in between the play controls. So you can see that works pretty good. So it even goes through these selections here, right? Goes through these buttons, even on this. And then, see, I'm rotating the jog wheel here to go right or left. And then front jog wheel to go back to where I was. So it does take some getting used to get used to the the jog wheel functionality of this unit. But so far for me, I'm happy that it reproduces the BMW data. Unlike the other unit that I tested, this one here faithfully reproduces the data, and that's important because, like I said, this does not have a TFT display. So my CPMC B7 unit becomes my TFT display. Well, so far I've been having a play with this, and I must say that it's reading the data accurately, I think, from the bike's computer, including the error in the speedometer. This bike reads optimistically the speed, so it's usually plus like 5 or 6, so that I don't even look at the speedometer on the bike anymore. I go with the GPS unit when I have it mounted. Of course, with this CarPlay unit, it's just faithfully reproducing what the bike is saying. So if the bike is lying with regard to speed, it's going to reproduce the lie as well. And that's not a fault of the CPMC unit. So that's good. What I have seen also is that all of the data that is being reported with respect to things like range, tire pressure and all that, that's pretty much accurate. So I have got no complaints with that. Everything seems to be working nicely. The screen is nice and clear. The only thing is I can't figure out how to put this screen in daylight mode. It seems to be in night mode, and I don't want night mode all the time. I'd like it to change, in the daytime to the white background with black writing, and in the nighttime with what you see now, the black background with white writing. But I can't seem to find a setting to do that. But the jog wheel works good for what it does. The readout right now is saying 35 and 41 for my pressures, and that's pretty much accurate. 87, 88, the bike is saying 88, this is saying 87, so that's close enough for me. Range is exactly what the bike is saying, so that's good. Not sure what ETCL is, probably that's engine temperature. So that's good. Good enough to see that. Lean angle, that's nice to see. I don't see any brakes on this bike. There's two icons here for brakes, I guess. Maybe I haven't used brakes yet. Let's see. Yeah, it works. This bike has link brakes, so when I pull on the lever, the hand lever, both of them come on. Let's see it again. Nobody behind me. Yeah, both of them come on. If I do just the back brakes, only the back icon should come on. Let's do it. Oh, there's a motorbike behind me. He's coming up at speed, so I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to let him pass and then I'll do it. All right, let's do it now. Yeah. So the right side is the right side is the front, is the rear. So that works good. Pressing the jog dial to the right changes the display to this, and you can cycle through all of this information to your heart's content. It's even got odometer, 62,414 miles. It's got the date. It's got miles to service, but you've got to remember it doesn't have any labels, so you've got to remember what each one of them means. Like this one here, I think is the miles to service. That's range 128 miles, and the rest of it you know. Let's see how the lean angle. Yeah, negative is left, so minus 23, minus 21, so that's good. So with this, the jog dial works really good. Again, you can press the jog dial to the right and you get to the next screen, and you can see it's saying what the pressures are, and it's showing what the alarms is set at and what the actual pressure is. And then one more right push and then you're back to this, and then a right push brings you up to the other screen like this, and at any time you can hit this little house here and you can get the CarPlay screen by doing that, and you're back to this, which is great. So far my thoughts, excellent. So there you have it so far for this part of it. The jog dial integration and the integration with the units on this 2016 R1200 RS is very good. I really like how it's working. So I just wanted to wrap this video up with some pros and cons of the unit. For pros, I found the display was bright and crisp and was large enough to see map details while riding. As you know, I ride long distance, and on the fly, I might need to set intermediate destinations like, food stops, gas stops, that kind of thing. And because of the large display, it was easy to see the map detail, to see where these restaurants and gas stations and so on are on the route while riding down the road at 75 miles an hour. So that's a good, reason to have a larger display. I found that the screen was quite glove friendly and responsive, so that was good. And a big plus for me is that the map zoom worked accurately, because if you've got to press those plus and minus buttons and they're not lined properly, it's a hell of a job trying to kind of zoom in on the map while on the move. I found that the display, the telemetrics from the bike was accurate. Unlike another unit that I tried, this one here was accurate, and all the data coming out of the bike was faithfully reproduced on this unit, even though it's an older BMW. Apparent excellent build quality. I think this thing is put together very nicely. I have not had it out in rain yet, but I suspect that it'll be just fine. And setup was easy right out of the box. It's a lightweight unit, which is good, and it doesn't vibrate very much on either bike. I've had it on the Tiger as well, and no problems there. And you can power the unit with a power bank. You can use it off of the bike. So behind that little door at the bottom is a USB-C port, and you can use a power bank to power the unit. So if you want to have a play and finesse the setup of the unit, you can do that off the bike. So that's pretty good. The cons, not so many, but I've got a few. The chief con that I have is there's no day mode. It's always stuck in this night mode with the black background and white writing. It's easier to see in the day. It's easier to see the text and everything with a white background and black writing. So to me, that's the biggest con. Another con for me is the jog wheel navigation is not intuitive in the home screen. By the way, the day-night mode I'm talking about is in the home screen. The CarPlay screen is quite good in the day or in the night. The jog wheel navigation is not intuitive. Touch is faster and safer in my mind. Yes, it's nice to have the jog wheel integration, but come on. Firmware update procedures could be easier. If you see the procedure to update the firmware, you've got to go through many steps. Whereas in many other units, you just get your SD card, drag an IMG image file onto the root directory, stick it into the device, and you can it'll find that file and upgrade the firmware. Not with this unit. It's not so easy. I found that the user manual was not detailed enough, but you can get the basics easily. It's a pretty easy unit to set up. Using the unit, you can figure it out. And also this video helps, and other videos on the internet. Bluetooth connectivity, that's kind of strange. I found that it shows disconnected, but it still works fine. And that's because it's connected via wireless. So if you go to the home screen, you will see that the Bluetooth icon is grayed out, but the wireless icon is live. Although on the phone, it doesn't show wireless. So what else? Oh, the door at the bottom is not water sealed. Not a biggie because it's facing downwards. But then again, like I said, I have not had it out in the rain yet, so I don't know if water can get in, even though it's facing downwards. So that's it. I think that some of those cons can be fixed with a firmware update. And it's a great unit, and I fully recommend it. So much so that I request that if you're going to buy this unit, you use my affiliate links below. There's no cost to you to use the affiliate links. The price is still the same. It's just that I get a little commission on that. And as a bonus, I do have a 22% discount code down in the description as well for you to use when you check out. So that's a good plus you can have this unit for 22% off at checkout. So check it out in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.